Hi guys, welcome to this episode of Sailing Frida Week Speed. Today we are sailing from Madeira to the Azores and I'm about 100 nautical miles from Madeira and we still have 380 nautical miles plus minus. I'm so happy that you chose to join us on this fabulous sail. This is Sailing Frida Visby cruising the Northeast Atlantic Islands. We have quit our working life to see the world from our sailboat and we want to bring you with us.
My name is Anders.
I am Gita and this is Litsa, the truly free spirit on board. And we are backing out of lovely marina here in Funchal. Degree more.
What?
Now we are leaning, probably a degree more.
Okay. Här skräphålen som du ser norr om oss där, de gör att jag inte ser det.
I'm just talking about the clouds over there. They are the ones that gives us a little bit of wind, but not enough to sail.
We have 2 meters per second.
Yeah.
But with the engine at low reps, we're doing 7 knots.
Yeah. So.
Because we sail in 6.5 knots of wind.
Yeah. So I'm about to cook the first meal for the passage. It's going to be pasta with some pork meat. I'll turn our camera around and show you a little bit. I also want to show you a little tip. So here is my meat, my mushrooms, and my onion. The little tip I wanted to show you is the meat is already fried. I have here some cuts of meat that I have, before we sail, cooked in some oil with some seasonings, pepper and ginger and paprika, etc. And this is about amount of meat that Anders and I eat per meal. So this is prepared and it makes it much easier, especially if the weather is bad, which is not, to cook later on. So keep it in this kind of little plastic bags in the fridge. Going to try this a little bit. Just make almost like an ordinary boiled mat. Water, salt, and bouillon. Here is pasta. When we are on passage, I actually like to use fresh pasta because it doesn't have long boiling time. Generally, I like to use fresh pasta. I don't make my own pasta. I the one that is fresh and not dried. And this is actually too much for us for one meal usually. So I save about half of it when they are raw. But once they are fried, unfortunately, they are delicious. Here's logic. I have these when I'm on package because it makes the things slide a little less, especially the chopping board, etc. As you can see, the knife sits quite well there. Pasta is finished. Only needs a minute or two. Now I have added the pasta. And I actually put a little bit away for the pasta salad. Let's add the tomato. Close the camping gas out at the bottom. So now I need to plate it. We need 2 ounces for that. Now it's foodie.
Got anything, Squeaky? I got.
Still motor sailing. Not quite wind enough for cutting the engine off. Bye bye Madeira. Well worth the effort to go out there. They say that we got the wind due to the Lotta on Tintamara over there has started to cook. So that's why the wind came. Great! And so here we go. I am sailing. Sorry. I know I can't sing. Just so happy that we cut off the engine. What do you think about the sail?
We looked at the weather 2 days ago, and it said that we would have wind half from starboard all the way through, and then they changed their mind and said there shouldn't be any wind. But at the moment we have exactly the wind that they promised 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but absolutely enough for us. It's like
We're doing
5-6 meters per second or 10 to 12 knots, and we're doing like between 7 and 8. The wind is dropping down a little. I mean, we have been sailing now like a couple of hours. Now our friends are calling us on VHF.
Okay, so you have to take that. We have an agreement that we keep in touch every second hour.
Ja, Frida här kom. Ja, nej men det blir bra. Vi kör på så här så länge vi håller oss 2 distansminuter från varandra eller så är det ju inte någon fara. Så det är bara att glida på. Kom.
Ja, okej. Klart slut från Tetomara. Över.
Klart slut från Frida.
So that was the little report that we got.
We are painted by a large ship.
Okay. Can we see it on the...
Yeah, see
Yeah.
if we can see it. They have a better radar than we do,
Okay,
so
then
they can reach us, but we can't reach them.
it's probably far away then. Isn't this pretty? Unfortunately, I cannot film the stars. I can't show you that. But I can show you the moon glimmering in the water. Got the deck light on. Oh, nice, we can't see the sails. It's so light wind, so we need to correct a little bit from time to time. The lights has dimmed down. I have about half of the light on the plotter, and that's what you see reflects there on the dinghy. And this gets so annoyed when I turn it down more, because then I forget to turn it up before I go to sleep in the morning. And then you can't see the plotter. Du får inte vara uppe här när det är mörkt. Go to Dad. Stack up here. You're not allowed up. So then my quiet night is over. Partly because we had to start the engine. We were down at a speed of 2.5 to 3.5 knots. We have said that if it's below 4, we start the engine. At our regular talk here at 6 o'clock, we decided that we would start the motor so that we would move a little bit faster and hopefully get there in 4 days. And it's just about to become sunrise. You can see the sky has begun to lit up a little bit, and you can see a little bit of a cloud over the navigational light of Tetomara. Night is almost over, but you can't see the sun at all. First light is lights. Let's go on today. Too early for breakfast. Try to let us sleep a couple of hours more. It's been a good night. Been sailing most of the night until 6 o'clock this morning, where Tamara thought we were going a little too slow, and I agreed, so we turned on the engine. That's behind. Yeah, you can see the clouds in near the horizon. I think that might be the low pressure system that we were hoping that it should come and push us towards the Azores. It looks quite cloudy ahead of us as well. This is what it looks like when I point the camera forward. So I'm not quite sure we missed it. That was what we had during the night, so now you can see, but there's Tin Tamara barely here. There. It's the sunrise. It's so beautiful. Is there anything more beautiful than the sunrise and sea? I don't know what's the most beautiful. The sunset, the street from the moonlight, or the sunrise. I love them all. Don't you agree? I'm standing up at my favorite keeping watch point. It's the church when you can see a little bit of the spray hood and have the mast right in front. It's a good spot to stand. See far around. The sun has just come out of the clouds, so hopefully it will get a little warmer now, because I'm still having my sweater on because I felt a bit cold, probably due to the haven't slept enough. Can't eat. But it's been a good night, and looks like we're going to get a fantastic day on sea today. Anders is still sleeping. I'll try to let him sleep as long as possible. But I think I will go down and make some coffee. He probably wakes up. We are at least feeling well, all of us, including Litsa. But on Tin Tamara, we have a guest aboard, and she's not feeling too good. But I would say it's difficult to get the Atlantic more calm than this. So it's a perfect weather window for this long passage. Maybe a little too little wind. That's only problem. I have just been down below to fill in the logbook, and I noticed that we have now sailed 100 nautical miles since we departed from Madeira, and the boat has in total sailed 10,051 nautical miles. And I think we have done more or less half of it in the 2 years we have owned her. And she is from 2006, so she's 16 years old. So the previous owners has not sailed her much, which is too bad, because she's a good sailor. Despite I say this with the engine on, I think I might be able to sail it bit, but it is very much in the nose. So I sit here and enjoy the scenery. Maybe not as beautiful as it was in the sunrise or in the sunset, but it's still amazing to see. It's not cold. I'm taking off the woolen sweater, but I kept my hoodie. I don't know if I really need it, but I have also a problem that I sometimes get a little sunburn. So in this weather conditions, it's very hard to feel if you get too much sun. So I think it's good for that. So the process is going smoothly. It's going according to plan. Of course, we knew we were going to motor quite a lot. Soon we will be in the Azores. I've never been there, so I'm really looking forward to that. I've heard a lot of good. I do have some high expectations for how it is there. Oh, I forgot to talk about that. That is my solar lamp. I keep it down below, so I take it up here to get charged a little bit. It has one little LED lamp and it gives a very subtle light, but it's enough to give that little light in the cabin that you can find your way around, and it feels a little bit cozier than sitting in the darkness. I bought it in IKEA. Look at the color of the water. It's just so unbelievable blue. Amazing. And so flat. Hi guys! If you liked the episode, don't forget to give a thumbs up. That always makes us happy. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber, and if you click the little bell button, you will get notifications. Remember, you only need to do it once. And please leave a comment if you just want to comment on the video or ask us something. It's always fun to read what you want and have a little bit of communications with you. Yes, you. Ciao.